Today's sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Ready.
On 2nd and 9, Winston finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Winston now to throw on first down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think we see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Now Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson steps away. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Off the play fake, Winston. Thomas brings it in. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, 26 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Following the interception, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Jameis to throw it. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Winston to the sideline here on fourth down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. But they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll roll him out right. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Again, it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They run again on first down, Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
On third down, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. A give. This is Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then you're deep.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get... And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Winston now. He's got a man, complete. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A 1st down throw for Winston. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Jameis again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We saw this franchise do this back in the 2009 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. Oh, the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by Olave. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. On the ground, Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. P.J. Williams with a pick. They find some open field here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.